What's up everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today, I want to tell you guys my ranking of the Star Wars movies worst to best. I am leaving Solo: A Star Wars Story off this list because I think it's too new of a movie and I haven't seen it enough to give it a proper rating. So, let's dive into this. Number 10 is the Clone Wars movie. When the Clone Wars movie first came out in 2008, it was during the dead period of Star Wars where there wasn't really anything going on, and I just honestly didn't really care for the movie. I did like Ahsoka though, and I thought it was really cool that Anakin had a Padawan before, And I thought the movie was geared towards little kids like 5 or 6 year olds. But after I watched the Clone Wars series, my opinion quickly changed. But my opinion on the movie, however, has not. Number 9 is The Last Jedi. When this movie first came out, I can't tell you guys how hyped I was for the movie. I was literally counting down the minutes until it started. As I said in my review video, I didn't really have any problems with the movie at first, but after I've seen the movie a few times, my opinion changed dramatically. I don't get how you can make the most positive character in the series become such a little wimp. I just don't get it. Number 8 is Attack of the Clones. When this movie came out when I was a little kid, I absolutely loved it. But as I got older, my opinion has changed on this movie. The flirting with Padme and Anakin is so brutal to watch that I cringe and turn away from the TV, literally. I thought the lightsaber fighting scenes was kind of pathetic, especially after the last movie. I love all the Jedi Council parts and love the Battle of Geonosis. But all of the flirting and other boring parts made this movie number 8 on my list. Number 7 is Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. When this movie first came out, I was so excited to finally know how they got the Death Star plans. I thought the movie was very fun to watch until the famous Darth Vader fighting scene came onto the screen. That scene alone brought me back to the theater 3 more times after I originally saw it. Also, I really liked how the movie tied everything together with A New Hope. Number 6, the movie that got me obsessed with Star Wars again, and that is The Force Awakens. I know that everyone hates on this movie because it was a remake of the original one, but to me, this movie brought me back. I was very skeptical after this movie was announced by Disney because I figured they would ruin the franchise. But at the time, when I saw this movie, I was wrong. And now my opinion has changed, but that's a topic for a different video. I remember going into a packed theater and sitting in the front row because I bought my tickets late and it was in 3D. Forcing my sister to go, and the crowd in the theater went crazy, as did I. I will never forget seeing that scene when Han and Chewie got back the Millennium Falcon. That scene got to me emotionally and I teared up. I still do to this day. I will never forget all of the Snoke and Rey fan theory videos I would watch, especially from Star Wars Theory. He is a big inspiration to me, and you guys should check out this Vader fan film that he is working on. I will leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Number 5 is The Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi was my favorite original trilogy Star Wars film when I was a kid because I thought Vader looked the coolest in this film. And spoiler alert, it's when Anakin comes back. I didn't know that Anakin turned to the dark side when I was younger because the Star Wars movies I saw first was episodes 1 and 2. When I found this out when I was a kid, I got really upset. So my dad that night rented The Return of the Jedi and watched it, and saw Anakin come back and fulfilled the prophecy of the Chosen One. Number 4 is the movie that got me into Star Wars in the first place, and that is The Phantom Menace. I know that everyone loves to hate on this film, but to me, without this film I might not have gotten into Star Wars, but I doubt that to be true. Also, Qui-Gon Jinn is my favorite Jedi after Anakin, and I loved his green lightsaber. Also, I thought all of the battle scenes were awesome, and who cannot forget that lightsaber battle at the end. The only part I didn't really care for was the Tatooine scenes. I just thought it was a little bit too long, but not the pod race. That was awesome. Number 3 is A New Hope, the movie that started it all. The movie grew on me over the years, and now that I know all of this lore stuff, makes all the movies to me a lot more special. I love when Luke and old Ben meet Han and Chewie and seeing the Falcon for the first time, and that first battle scene with it was awesome. Also, the Death Star trench run battle was really cool also. And the Vader vs. Obi-Wan rematch was amazing. Number 2 is Revenge of the Sith. I remember when this movie came out and it would finally connect all the dots between the trilogies. But I wasn't allowed to see the movie because it was PG-13 and I wasn't 13 yet. So when the movie came out on pay-per-view, I rented it in French and watched it in silence so I didn't get caught. But eventually I did, and I didn't see the full movie until a few years later while going on vacation. This movie to me is one of my favorites because it shows the fall of the Jedi and shows the fall of Anakin Skywalker and how he became Darth Vader. Also, that fight between Master and Apprentice is one I will never forget, and the high ground scene is the best. Number 1 is probably one of my favorite movies of all time, and that is The Empire Strikes Back. This movie is my number 1 pick because I can watch it over and over again and never get sick of it. And I really liked all of the Jedi training scenes with Luke and Yoda. I thought Han was awesome in this film, and I thought he was really funny at times. And I love the space chase between the Falcon and the Empire. And you can never forget the Luke and Vader fight, especially when, spoiler alert, when he tells him that he is his father. That scene gets to me every time. This is my ranking of all of the Star Wars movies without Solo: A Star Wars Story. But I want to know what your favorites are. Let me know in the comments section down below. So that wraps up today's video. If you liked this video, please make sure you smash that like button, and if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing. And if you want to stay up to date of whenever I post a video, please hit that bell button, and please share this video with your friends. And make sure you check out the Tommy Clan Facebook and Instagram pages. The links will be in the description. With that being said, I hope every one of you guys have a splendid rest of your day, and remember everyone, the Force will be with you, always.